Welcome to this getting started video with PFCLScan, the vulnerability scanner for Oracle databases. In this video we'll show how easy it is to scan an Oracle database for vulnerabilities with PFCLScan. Start PFCLScan to scan an Oracle database for vulnerabilities. First you need to create a project, so go to the Start menu and click the New Project button, and this starts the new project wizard. Click Next, add a name for your project. I'm just going to call mine Test Project. You can give it a description if you want to. Also give it a project file name. And choose a location for the project. Click Next and choose the project template that you want to run. I'm going to choose an auditor template which will audit an Oracle database. We can ignore this screen as this adds debugging to the process if necessary. You're then presented with a summary screen of the settings that you've just entered. If you're happy with these, click Finish. We now have a project. The project appears in the project workspace on the left hand side, and we need to add a database connection. Give the connection a name. I'm just going to call mine Production. Add the service name. Add the host name or IP address. Add the port. Add a username and a password. I'm using System, but you should really use an Oracle user that has been designed for use in the scanner. This needs to have create session, select any table, select any dictionary, and if you're scanning a 12C database, select on sys.user$. Add the connection to the database targets, just highlight that and save it. Save the project as well. You don't have to do this, but it just makes sense if something happens that goes wrong. Test the connection. We were connected successfully, so now we can start the scan. It's very easy. The scanner started running. It's going to scan 29 policies. Each of the policies has anything up to 70 or 80 different checks in it. There is a total of 630 different checks that are scanned against an Oracle database for this policy set, the auditor policy set that we chose. You can have a look at the results whilst it's scanning if you wish to do so. We can check the parameters. For instance, we could have a look at whether case-sensitive passwords are enabled. This check passed, as you can see. So there is a zero quantity of issues located. We could have a look at SQL92 init.aura parameter. This check failed, and there was one failure. That's because we're only checking one parameter. This is a parameter that is recommended in standards such as the CIS benchmark, Oracle standard, the DoD STIG. Everyone recommends that this parameter is set to true. We could also have a look at password strength. So we could have a look at the password cracker. So there's a number of passwords being cracked. So this check itself has failed, and there are 30 failures. So 30 passwords have been cracked. This password cracker tests 10G passwords and 11G passwords, and it checks different types of password cracking. So it checks for default password, hence it has DE in here, or password equal to username, or a brute force, or a dictionary word. It also checks the 11G password to test, so you can see here the 10G password is uppercase, the 11G password is lowercase. It also tells you the number of attempts that were made to crack the password. The worst case scenario is an open account, so this is the status here, and where the password is equal to the username. So it took one attempt to guess this password. This means password management would not work to protect this account. So let's just let the scan finish. A scan generally will take a couple of minutes for a small database. I'm scanning a 12102 database, which is pretty much a default database. A bigger database, such as something like eBusiness Suite with hundreds of thousands of objects and a large number of users, may take obviously more time. The checks that are running are running against the database, so the length of time to run a scan is dependent on the size of the database, the number of objects, the number of users. So we finish the scan. We can now run a report. Again, this is wizard based. You can just simply click next, and you can choose a report from one of the reports that are actually built in to the scanner, which are associated with the project template, or you can run your own report. We're not going to demonstrate this now, so I'm just going to choose the single database report because we just did a scan against a single database. Choose the current scan, so if we'd ran multiple scans, so we'd scan the database 4 or 5 times, maybe once every Friday night, then we could choose to run a report against the previous scan or the current scan. So I'm going to run it against the current scan. And we just click next, and it will generate the report. So it's very quick, very easy. Nice, simple, easy to look at report. It highlights initially the number of failures, so the number of failed checks, and the number of errors located per check or per type of failure, so critical, high, medium, low, or informational. We also have a score of 65%. This means that 65% of the checks in the policy set have succeeded, therefore 35% have failed. This score is calculated on a weighted basis, so a critical check is 10 times higher than an informational check, a high check is 6 times higher, a medium check is 4 times higher. You can change those relationships of weighting if you want to, and also you can change the severity of individual checks if you want to. We can also look down into the report and we can see individual failed results. So we could look for, again, the SQL92 parameter that we looked at earlier, and we can see various details about the actual check that was performed. We can see text that tells you why it's an issue, and we can see the actual data value that was located. So that's the end of this very simple demo of how to use PFCLScan to do a scan of a database. Hopefully you can see that it's very easy to use, very easy to carry to projects, very easy to set up and run, and very easy to generate a report. The licensing for PFCLScan is very clear and simple. We offer Pro license and an Enterprise license, which are both yearly. With these licenses, you can install the software once on a PC for a Pro license, and you can scan as many databases as you want. With an Enterprise license, you can install the software on as many PCs within your organization as you wish, and again scan as many databases as you want from each license. The engagement license lasts for 30 days and is the same as a Pro license. The software is the same for all of the licenses. Each license includes support via our support website, and will include all major and minor upgrades that are available throughout the year of the license, or the 30 days for the engagement license. Thank you for watching this short video on how to use PFCLScan to scan an Oracle database for vulnerabilities. For more information about the scanner or more details, please visit our website www.petefinnegan.com/products/pfclscan.htm. Thank you.